Hi, this is George Alger. Welcome to today's segment of Our Ventura TV. Today we're going to be speaking about building self-discipline. And joining us is Gerry Linarducci, who is an expert on self-discipline. Welcome, Gerry. And just to make sure we're all on the same page, what is your definition of self-discipline?
Well, first, thank you and good morning or good afternoon from the East Coast. But the definition of self-discipline, that is, everyone has a different definition of self-discipline. There's not one word or several words that can describe it. But for me, what self-discipline means, having the ability to stay focused, to achieve a goal or a moment in time, and constantly having it in the forefront of your mind to help you get to wherever you want to go.
Okay, very good. Now, how do you build it?
It's number one, you have to, I've come to understand you have to be coachable. You have to coach yourself, or you have to seek others to bring that out of you. You have to be humble. You have to have humility. You have to have compassion, because you have to love yourself with compassion in order to take that first step to be accountable to yourself.
Okay, very good. Now, I can think of an example that's kind of on the opposite end, like a coach of a football team or something, where sometimes, maybe this isn't true of all coaches, but some of them seem very severely militaristic and they're not very compassionate. Could you comment on that?
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, because I use that analogy as an athletic coach, right? So there are no certifications for you to be an NFL coach or an NBA coach or a Major League Baseball coach, manager. See, what people understand, they were all former players. And because they were players, they know how to play the game, and they've adjusted their coaching mentality to the rules of the game as it continues to change on a yearly basis, aka the NFL and Major League Baseball.
Good.
So hopefully that answers that question for you.
Yeah, and actually just a little bit more on that. So is using any sports as an analogy to build self-discipline really meaningful? Because for most people, they're not into sport. So I'm just curious, is that connection actually valid for just doing good in life as opposed to being a high performance athlete?
Yeah, no, listen, it's for everyone. A high performance athlete just has that talent that has been drawn out of them, right? But for us individuals, I'm going to say Americans, we have the ability to reach greatness if we want it. Do you want it bad enough to do the things that the successful people have done, or are you willing to accept being mediocre and not doing what the successful people have done?
Okay, cool. So the coaching aspect is spot on here. At least it makes sense to me. But from a person who's trying to build self-discipline, and let's just say they want to start by coaching themselves, how do you do that?
You have to have your mind, you have to have that mindset. You need to meditate. You need to really sit down and discover yourself and admit to what you haven't done. Everyone has goals. Everyone has a goal. I don't care who you are. But that goal will never be reached until you decide to take action. That action comes from the mental mindset of saying, tomorrow morning, I am going to wake up and go to church, or I'm going to do whatever it takes to put me in that frame of mind to help me start going down that lane on the highway.
Okay, and what can we say are some of the most common barriers to folks accomplishing that?
Lack of conviction, the lack of belief in themselves, and also people not understanding how to separate certain ideas or beliefs. So, for example, people will say, "What's your mission statement?" I don't ask what your mission statement is. is. I ask, what is your belief statement? What are you convicted to take to your grave? Because that is beyond belief. So when I say my belief statement is I get up in the morning every day and I leave a place that someone is going to rely on me as a husband, a father, a supporter, and now a grandfather. And I'm going to go to a place that someone is going to want to steal my time, my knowledge, and my wisdom. Someone has to pay a price for that, and it's not going to be my family. I will take that to the grave. I have been saying it for the past 30 years, 7 days a week in the shower. And that has motivated me. So I start my day not with an affirmation statement, with my belief statement. I am convicted on that. And it's no different than, and I'm not going to go religious here, but whatever religion you believe in in that book, and you will take that to your grave. That is how convicted I am.
Good. So now, building conviction and coaching yourself or getting an external coach or ways to build self-discipline. But let's say someone considers that they have little self-discipline and probably little conviction, and maybe they're not only not coaching themselves in a good way, but maybe in a negative way. For someone like that, how do they even get started? What would be a first step?
Well, the first thing that the person has to realize is there's hope. Meaning, just by thinking about it and speaking to others is the action that you need to take. You're starting to move in the right direction. Surround yourself somehow, some way with individuals that have already done and achieved what you want to do. See, by surrounding yourself with those people, they have already walked in your shoes. They've already fallen for you. They've already done everything for you. Then all you have to do is hope that that individual is humble enough to give you the shortcuts so you don't have to go the mile. You just have to go 3/10 of the mile to get to that next step.
Very good, Gerry. Thank you. Now, we're just about out of time. I'm wondering if you could tell us a website that viewers might go to gain more information. And also, do you have a final message or a summating message for the viewers?
Yeah, the website is www.icandoit.com. And in closing, what I'd like to say is this. We as individuals are on this earth for just a finite amount of time. In the end, no one ever knows. So why are we living our life by not achieving the greatness that we were put here on earth for? So if you have that ability, not only to live your life, not 100%, 110%, if you had the ability to do that, because everyone does, wouldn't you want to find out how it could be done?
Indeed. Thank you very much for joining us, Gerry. We're going to wrap up here.
Thank you so much for having me, and I hope my words of wisdom make an impact to your viewers, because that's what I believe I'm here for.
Very good. This is George Alger signing off for this segment of Our Ventura TV. Until we meet again.